Pope Innocent the Third
I love
had
that
to
name.
step up.
Love that.
Yeah, and he said, these are indeed birds. You cannot eat these.
Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends and lore and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Here with my brother. How are you, sir? You doing okay?
Something felt different. Something felt different about that.
I think it was just there's a
Intro.
levity. There's a levity about my voice and my appearance
Something's
tonight.
changed, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Had a great week.
It's a bit more, I feel like there's a lot more masculine energy.
Thank you
Like,
for saying
usually
that.
I got to come with like 90,
Right,
95% of the masculine
Thank you for saying
energy.
that, man.
And now I feel like I'm being buffered.
That's right. I changed my.
Like, you know when Harry Potter and Lord Voldemort were
Right.
like battling wands?
That's right. Touching wands.
And-
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And then in the middle was like, oh no, who's gonna win?
Right.
And now there was pushback from Harry, and now I feel like you're Harry and I'm Voldemort.
Thank you so much. It doesn't have to be that way, but I want to say I changed my party affiliation. That's what you're noticing. All these years as a registered
you're
Democrat.
finally Democrat.
No,
Yeah.
they're all the other way around.
The other way. Oh,
That's
no.
right. Libertarian.
Treacherous.
They call me now. That's not
okay.
true. Welcome to
Green
342. Josh, over the weekend, I went to my first baseball game as an adult, and I want to unpack that if you have a
Is
second.
that the masculine energy I feel?
That is what you're feeling. The team I saw.
Is that a baseball cap on your head?
No, it's not. I wore this cap scalloping. I went
It's a masculine thing, I think.
to some people. I went to a baseball game, and this team was called the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. And I learned that there's levels to
okay.
this thing. So they're pro because they get paid, right? But they're pro in the way that we're pro compared to like Joe Rogan, if that makes sense. Like they're doing what they love and they're making
not a
money,
living wage.
right? But they're
Yeah.
poor, they're struggling, depressed. Like it's
They're
like
still
one of those.
working at Miami subs.
Got it on the side, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will
Yeah.
say this: I played baseball growing up, and I played baseball growing up, and
Yeah. I
these-
wore the outfit and went into the position.
everybody said I looked cute. I looked really cute, they would say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these gentlemen, they never stopped playing. And they're in good shape. But I'll tell you this: my oldest daughter and we found camaraderie booing the other team. That was like the most
Who are the
fun.
other team? Who goes against the Jumbo Shrimp?
It was a name that was so insignificant I can't even remember what they were called, but it was some sort of animal,
New York Yankees.
something like that. I think so.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really paying attention to the game that much, but every time the team,
Oh, okay. You went to your first baseball game, didn't pay attention.
well, just security concerns, I was nervous, right? But
Because we watched the movie Trapped.
we watched Trapped and we knew what could possibly happen at big events. And so what I found myself doing is every time my team, my side, the Jacksonville side, every time they would boo, I would stand up and just give them a whopper.
Yeah.
I was
Ridicule.
yeah. Oh, your
Throw
family's-
feces.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
really angry,
Dude, yeah.
and we won.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp won. And
You think it's because of that? Because of you?
I think
'Cause of
I
that
think
rooting and tooting?
I think I've rooting and tooting hard enough for them to hear it, and then to get kind of motivated from it in the way that our live stream
Yeah.
does it for us, right? We come in kind of low,
Dude,
low
yeah.
energy, and
No,
then
I
live stream.
get it. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not funny.
Right.
And then live stream's like, you're kind of funny.
You're
And I'm
kind of
like,
funny.
I am.
You're kind of fun. You got great hair.
Dude, I am.
You got great hair.
Yeah, baby. Oh, headlines.
Headlines. I'm ready for the news.
You know,
Josh.
we need a headline jingle.
You say that, but I
do
think
say that,
my
yeah.
jingles only work whenever they're sporadic and not every week. I think.
Hold up. Hey, listeners, it's me, Josh, your favorite headline reader. Guess who I've got on board, or as he likes to say, up to bat. That's Wayne, big swinger McCarty. Wayne?
Yeah, I don't accept. Actually, I'll do the opposite of accepting that. I'm going to rebuke that. I don't
Okay.
like. But okay, so that is a good theme song.
You don't like Big Swinger as the nickname?
I tried to shed that in high school. Actually, I thought that was the end of
Yeah,
my.
you couldn't, dude.
Yeah, I
They saw
couldn't.
you in the locker room.
People have been saying that on Twitter about me for a long time, and I've come to terms with it.
Dude.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, we're at headlines now. You don't
Yeah.
have to gossip about yourself.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the state of Florida, there's a lot of hot goss, what we like to say.
Hot
Sometimes it's when Ryan Gosling shows up, we're like, oh, nice.
hot goss. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just gossip. Like
Right.
I got here. Police find a 5-year-old at Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Yeah. And you're like, dude, what? How?
The 5-year-old's parents weren't around. So a solo 5-year-old at Chick-fil-A.
Well, yeah, to the parents' surprise.
Yeah, okay, so the parents didn't know the
what
kid had
next part-
left.
Yeah.
That's the trouble.
Yeah. The parents weren't present at Chick-fil-A. And now, if you're unfamiliar with Chick-fil-A, they are a chicken-based restaurant that doesn't like gay people or Sundays. So this kid, we can narrow it down to between a Monday and a Saturday that this happened.
Right, because they're closed on Sunday.
It's 7 a.m. June 24th. When in walks the door, and apparently now 5-year-olds are strong enough to open doors.
My 5-year-old could
Yeah.
not have opened the door on his own. There's no way
No,
my
I think
5-year-old would have gotten out of the
steroid
house
use.
without me knowing. It's impossible.
Preach, yeah. And if you add a fence to that,
You had a fence to it and a guard
not
dog.
happening. Boom,
Kids are
baby.
staying home. Right.
So this kid, he tried to place an order, I believe, for the 4 mini chicken bites.
Okay.
What I don't know what they're called. But they asked for cash or his parents, and he didn't have an answer because 5-year-olds also can't talk.
Right. Yeah.
He was just like, "Mom, boo, boo, bop, bop."
Mama.
You know how 5-year-olds do.
Yeah, most kids don't speak until 6, 7 years old. I think I was 4.5.
Dude,
I think
yeah.
before I even was able to speak.
Yeah. So finally, they get some words out of him. I think he had his tablet or something, and he's like, yeah, I walked here. I woke up earlier than my parents,
Right.
and I walked here alone.
5-year-old alone at Chick-fil-A.
Alone, 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Right?
Okay.
How confusing.
Yeah.
And so he goes in, tries to order. Obviously, the Chick-fil-A managers are like, hold on. We don't serve anybody under 7 years old, I think the rule is.
Yes. Right. That's
Age
Florida
of accountability. Whatever the age of accountability
Florida
is.
state law. The age of accountability in Florida is 7. I think nationally it's 12. But once you hit
Yeah.
7, you have to make an internal decision.
Yeah. So they call the cops like white people do at Chick-fil-A.
They called the cops on the
so-
5-year-old at Chick-fil-A.
Well, he wasn't being aggressive, but he was like loitering
You can't loiter, dude.
because he didn't know where to go because he was lost.
Well,
So the cops come naturally.
yeah. Yeah, but the
And then
parents
they-
should be held accountable, I think, for the 5-year-old.
Well, yeah, but it's still around 7 a.m., dude. What time
Yeah.
do you wake up?
I wake up every
As a
day at
parent.
9:45 a.m., give or
Bingo,
take.
baby.
My kids
Yeah.
are self-sufficient. They get ready for school on their own. They drive themselves.
That's this kid. That's this kid. I can't name him.
Don't
but,
dox a child.
Let's just say that he woke up and he took a little drink of his Red Bull energy drink that he had next to his bed,
Yeah.
and then he decided, I'm just gonna walk to Chick-fil-A. I'm tired
Healthy
of waiting
kid.
on the parents.
Yeah.
Parents to wake up. So he unlocks the door, walks out, he scales the fence that they have,
Yeah.
and he walks to Chick-fil-A. Naturally, the cops get called, and all he knows about his residence, because again, kids can't talk,
Right.
is that he has a white fence and a house,
Yeah. And I'm assuming parents.
and and parents, and he came from this direction.
Mm.
So they drive, and he says, "Well, yeah, got one."
Yeah.
Whatever kids say.
Yeah, I get it. I get
And
it.
and they ring the doorbell, and the parents show up to the door, a little groggy, a little sleepy,
Right.
not from partying, but a late night praying.
Yeah.
They say,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they go, "Oh my gosh, is that our kid or is that a clone?"
Mm.
That's the
'cause
first fear. You know
Chick-fil-A
this
has
as a
been
parent.
accused of worse.
Yeah, and the cops give the kid back to the white family, and I have a quote here that says, "To be clear, Williams, I guess his name's William. William's parents are not in any trouble." they had several safety measures in place. But this is a good reminder to teach kids their home address, their parents' names, and their phone number.
I mean, look,
It
I
could make a
appreciate.
big difference in an emergency.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of
Cheers.
that. I think, yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah.
I think the cops turning it into a PSA is good, right?
That is good,
That's a
right?
good thing. Now, my question for you is: would it be different if the restaurant wasn't Chick-fil-A? Let's say this 5-year-old sneaks out and goes to a Burger King. Okay, how's
Locked
this?
up.
Yeah, locked up in prison right away. I think. I think
Yeah.
the story. I think
If you're in
the
a Chick-fil-A neighborhood, I think it's a 3-mile radius,
safety.
and it's a melanin type of thing, like
Yeah.
3-mile radius, and
Yeah.
does your melanin match?
Yeah.
And you're just getting help by the police.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Protect and serve.
yeah, but Burger King, Subway. I mean,
Oh God, jail.
just straight
Jail
to
for
jail,
kid,
child
for
jail.
parent.
Yeah, kids growing up in juvie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. So that was a fun.
Oh, they fed him too. Chick-fil-A fed him.
Of course, they fed him. This entire thing is a Chick-fil-A ad. This entire headline is
Yeah. Oh wow. Dang, Dad just fall for grassroots
we promised
marketing.
we promised we would never do that, dude. We would never do a Chick-fil-A ad, and here we
I
are.
feel so dumb.
It's okay. They're paying us big money.
You got a headline for me?
I've got one for you. Mine is less happy and less happy ending. So I want to go ahead and just get out in front of this because we have something on our show called the Shame Corner. Now, this is where we do a headline, and if someone is particularly naughty, we put them in the shame corner. And this is where we just
the parents of the last story would be in the lame corner.
they would go in the
Another
lame
corner of our room.
Yeah, because it's like they didn't really
Because we
intend.
got fame, lame, and shame.
Right. So the parents didn't intend for this kid to break out and leave. Shame corner is when you're just a bad human being and you consciously made a bad decision. That's a shame corner.
Yeah.
And
Nobody should follow what you do.
Right. So this gentleman, a 61-year-old man, was arrested after he used a surveillance system to activate his sprinklers to spray disabled children because he was mad about their bus stop location in their neighborhood. Immediate shame corner. Like immediately for this man. And we're going to dox him too, by the way.
There.
Yeah, we're going to go
A
ahead.
lot of hot words in that one.
Uh-huh.
Now, are the kids in charge of where the bus stops?
The kids have no decision-making ability about where the bus stops.
I didn't know. It's
or where-
2025, you know.
The children are not at fault in any way. This guy's name is Antonio Roman, and he's from Ocala, which is the hometown of
Horses and stuff.
Yeah, of a good friend of ours. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want time for
Jesse
the story.
Neiman.
That's his name. But Antonio Roman from Ocala used his security system to time when these children would be arriving home on their bus.
Oh, it's intentional.
Intentional. He's targeting this family. It was happening so frequently that the parents of the kids would wear like rain gear leaving the house to shield their children.
In Florida.
So they could go, in Florida. So to go to and from school, they're being accosted in their own neighborhood.
100-degree heat.
Here's the thing.
Rain gear.
This is the question I have for the police department there. Is it Marion County, I believe, Ocala? This is the question I have because why was this allowed to happen for an entire semester of school before the cops got involved?
Like a 3-month period?
That's what I'm trying to figure out so what happened was a neighbor, like a fellow neighbor spoke up because they started noticing that how convenient. Every time this bus gets home, this guy's sprinklers come on and can completely soak the bus, soak the kids who are coming
This wasn't like an automation thing. Like I had a dog that liked to push out the gate. And so I put a sprinkler on a motion sensor to stop the dog. Right. I didn't know when it would happen.
Right.
I just knew the dog would be affected.
Yeah. So
this was not automation.
No.
Like he used the security system to notify him that there was movement and then he would turn them on physically.
Which means, so best case scenario, homeboy's sitting around just waiting. He's waiting for that notification to come on, and then he runs over and triggers the waterway. And so
that's
immediate shame corner. In fact, I don't know that we've had in the 7 years of our show, I don't know that we've had an immediate shame corner where before the headline's even read.
Woof. Now, is this known disabled, or is it like normie school bus, and it just happens to be a disabled kid.
I don't know that detail, but what I do know
Yeah.
is that Antonio Roman fled the state because he has a he has a secondary residence outside of Florida, and so the Marion County Sheriff's Department issued
got
a
cash.
warrant for his arrest.
Okay.
And then he
like I'm
ended,
disabled, but just mentally.
right. Yes, and so
Now these kids were like known
yeah.
disabled.
Oh no. It was obvious he was targeting them for sure. There's no. I mean, there's,
Okay.
yeah, there's no
Well,
way. Like, there's no way he can wiggle himself out of this. However, so Antonio Roman did turn himself in when he realized that that there was a warrant for his arrest, and then he was taken into custody before being taken to Marion County Jail. And this is what they interviewed the neighbors about it, because the neighbors are the ones who kind of spoke up and kind of rallied and got the attention that was deserved.
That's nice.
And
yeah,
one of the neighbors said, it's not like, this bus is parking on your lawn or anything offensive in that way. They're literally on the street. If he's blocking your driveway, the bus is not there longer than a minute or two before they're gone. There is zero reason for Antonio's behavior, and I agree with that. I think that's put this man in the deepest, darkest prison you can find. That's how I feel about that one.
That would be the shame corner, though.
Shame corner or Guantanamo Bay?
I had to see it to believe it.
Mm-hmm. You pull him up.
Apparently the dad was also disabled.
Okay. Oh, okay.
An amputee,
veteran.
So we have an amputee dad, bringing one disabled kid to pick up their other disabled kid.
Right.
And this guy saw them coming and would flip the sprinklers on.
Triple offense.
And not for like slip and slide party,
Nothing fun.
But for like, for like meanness, just pure mean.
And that's what I'm saying is I think we almost need like a secondary corner for somebody who's just embodies what we would call evil, I think, in our state.
God, this is going to be I don't know if you're going to remember this, and this may be too long. The 17-year-old had Prader-Willi syndrome.
I don't know.
We've talked about Prader-Willi before.
Have we really?
Yeah, that means like he will break into the fridge to eat. Like he doesn't know being full. Like the brain disconnects. Like I am full, so he's always hungry. God,
Yeah, dude. I what's interesting about this is that like this is the first time I think we've done a headline on the show strictly to draw attention to how bad this person sucks. And then we'll when this episode drops on Thursday, September 11th, never forget, we're gonna make sure that we post his picture all over the place, so folks can.
Can I add to your headline?
Yeah.
Roman is accused of spraying the students for more than a year. The family told authorities they believe their students have been sprayed 400 times.
So a clarification. So yes, longer than a semester, 400 instances.
Yeah, maybe not this family didn't get 400 sprays,
but this guy for
students,
over a year.
Anybody going to this bus,
100%.
You know when I report it, time number 2.
If I notice it, if I'm being dead serious with you. If I notice it more than once, I'm calling the cops. Like if I even suspect my neighbors are doing something similar to that, calling the cops.
Yeah. One time I'm like, okay, they're listening to Umbrella, Rihanna. I get it.
Right. They're living out their dreams, right?
Number 2, I'm like, cops.
Instant jail. And maybe taking the Famafam boys down the road and paying them a visit, if you get my drift.
That's right. Stomping on sprinklers is what we like to say.
Put your teeth on the curb.
Teach me something good. Yeah, baby, teach me something frightening about an animal or some history, baby.
You like that? Dude, I worked really hard on that for you.
Okay, well, let me get into it before you ask him. Jeez. I was starting to feel it, and then I got this voice. You like it?
Well, I need affirmation. I worked for like 7.5 minutes on that track.
Let me soak it in, dude.
Yeah.
Who are you? Was that Found Albert?
Yeah. Well, don't you say you as if it was me singing that. I don't sing that. I hired somebody to do that, dude. I hired somebody to make that track.
It's a general you.
Yeah.
It's a general you. You guys.
Yeah.
So that is Teach Me Something.
That's right.
The intro to our Teach Me Something segment.
That's right.
of the icebreaker.
A fan favorite.
Probably, I think it's, fan favorites voted top 5.
I think it is. Yeah. Right
of
behind
our
dog news.
Yeah, well, duh. That's number 1. So, I mean, I guess you want to start with this? Teach me something.
Yeah, so every now and then we do a segment, Josh hosts it, called Teach Me Something, where I bring something that I think he needs to learn about, and then vice versa. Does that feel like a good way to kind of describe it?
That is exactly how I would describe it. Yeah.
The last time I brought a Teach Me Something segment, it was about, I believe, jellyfish. Was starfish.
Well, yeah.
I think is what I brought.
Well, not me.
Yeah, I got you. But
I think I brought one on the GDP and how it affects globalization.
Yeah, no one
and
cares.
then Wayne brought one about jelly beans.
That's right. So important stuff. We're trying to give people an escape. You know what I mean? That's how we differ from the mainstream media.
Everything.
So I'm bringing you tonight an animal, because I love teaching you about animals.
Oh,
right? I'm passionate about
here we
that.
go again. Yeah.
And tonight I am. Tonight we're talking about chimney swifts. Okay.
Okay. Isn't that the newsboy? Isn't that a kid that just is all dusty?
Yeah.
I got for 5 pence, sir.
Yeah, you got
Clean
it.
the chimney.
Yeah, very similar to that.
My accents are dead on.
Yeah, except for it being a New England boy, it's a bird, a bird called the chimney swifts. Okay. Now,
bird, a dude.
Same
whatever.
difference. They're strange and fascinating. But I brought I'm gonna keep it simple. Just kind of top 10 facts about chimney swifts, because I feel like just to keep
This is
kind
a
of
literal bird.
This is
like
an actual
flying
bird.
Oh,
well,
okay.
That's the catchy thing here. Number 1, they never truly perch, a chimney swift. Unlike most birds,
What that means?
chimney swifts can't perch on branches or wires because their feet are too tiny. Isn't that something? What do you think about that?
Okay. What that mean? I don't understand. Your feet are too small to hold on to stuff?
Well, the Lord
Then they're
makes
not feet, dude.
Yeah, all shapes and sizes. What do you mean they're not feet?
Yeah, that's just Blackbeard pegs, dude.
Right. So
Blackbeard can't perch on anything either.
Right. So their feet are too tiny to perch on anything.
That's dumb.
And here's the thing: they've evolved because they can't perch. They spend nearly their entire life in the air because they don't like landing. They're uncomfortable.
Hey, how about this? Evolve to perch, dude. It's easier. It's so much easier.
Instead of evolving to fly longer, they should involve that bigger feet, bigger feet,
or just lay on the ground. Are they allergic?
I don't think they're allowed to. I don't think they're allowed to. They're related to hummingbirds. That's their evolutionary connection.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
And so they build what they call basket nest, hanging basket nest inside of chimneys. Hence the name, chimney swift. So instead of
what do they build it out of?
Let's see here. I'm reading from my notes. It says hair.
I just want to know how they grab what they're building it out of.
Well, their feet are
Boom,
small.
baby! I can perch.
I know they're small enough to grab a hold of things, but not to balance on like a branch of a
not
bird.
Strong enough.
That's what I'm looking for. They got weak feet, tiny little weak feet.
Yeah, weak feet,
like Luke. Yeah. And so they used to.
These are real. Or at the end
promise,
of this, you're gonna be like,
I know it's silly. Because it's part of my bit is bringing you something silly to teach you, but it's true. Okay, so historically, it's gonna. I swear to God, this is gonna sound made up. I promise it's true.
Here we go, another fake.
Chimney swifts used to make their nests in hollow trees until the invention of the chimney.
Of course.
And when chimneys came to North America, I'm assuming with the Pilgrims, they started only nesting in chimneys opposed to hollow trees. That was
because the tree swift. It was a tree swift, hollow tree swift.
Scientists had to change the name.
Swift.
Yeah.
So we need a hollow surface.
Well, they do, and part of
and
because of them having to evolve to fly longer instead of learning how to stand up straight, their wings have gotten longer. So now they have super long wings in comparison to their body. This is one of my favorite facts about chimney swifts. Is that is that they form tornadoes at roosting time. So
here we go.
I promise you can see a video of this. When chimney swifts are together and they're going to dive into something, they form a tornado together and they dive together. That's cool. I think that's neat.
Why?
I don't know why well, let me read what it says here. It says,
For the first time.
thousands of chimney swifts will spiral together over a large chimney. Then they drop inside in one great funnel-shaped swarm. It doesn't say why.
Okay.
It just says what they do. It doesn't say why. It just says
That's kind of cool, though.
I think it's cool. They eat.
It's like we got a special move, and you can see it.
Oh, they're just showing off. They're just showing off.
Yeah, because they could just fly down. Clearly.
Yeah, they could, but they eat their weight in insects daily. Okay, so
Dude, take my chimney.
Yeah, chubby little boys. They like doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're ironically enough, they're very, very, very long distant migrants. So they end up leaving North America, so up kind of where you are, and they will fly thousands of miles nonstop without taking a break, all the way to the Amazon. That's where they migrate to.
So chimneys pick back up in the Amazon. There's a spot, I assume, near the equator where people don't need them.
That's right. Well, they call the Amazon chimney country. I don't know if you knew that, but that's something that people have.
I didn't know that.
Historically,
but I will adopt it.
Yeah, historically, it's chimney country. And then my last fact that I have here is actually kind of sad. Is their population?
Thanks for ending it on that.
Well, and I know you're gonna have this. There's an actual there's a correlation here to chimneys. Because their steep decline, their population has dropped by 50% in the last 20 years because the modern chimney is going away. They're being capped or not being built.
Let's plant chimneys.
In order to save this species, we would need to plant chimneys all around.
Yeah, just go out into a field and build a chimney.
Well,
who doesn't like a chimney sweep?
That's what I'm saying. So I just want to ask you though, because this is the affirmation episode for Wayne. Do you feel like that's a good thing that you were taught tonight that I brought you?
Well, yeah, and I'm sad though. Now I know like they don't exist.
You're sad.
I'm getting into birding now.
You're sad, but there's a solution. Build more chimneys.
Build a chimney?
Right.
I got a chimney. I'm doing my part. How many chimneys you got?
I got 2. So
I got 3.
Oh crap. Well, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Chimney
you gotta get that Patreon money.
Yeah, CSC, the Chimney Swift champion. Josh is. He's a big fan. Now, I'm assuming you brought me something that's actually worthwhile learning.
Highbrow is what we like to call it.
Come on, I like this.
So, what I honestly thought you would mix it. You would switch it on me, and you'd go highbrow.
You thought I would? After 3 times bringing you animal facts, you thought I was going to go highbrow this time?
Yeah, well, that's usually what you do. You do 3 decoys. And then you show that full brain of yours.
Wait till that 4th one comes out.
So I thought, let me chimney sweep in.
Okay, yeah, tornado
and do something special. So there's a question that has probably been since the beginning of time, right?
Yeah.
One question.
Yeah.
Can I eat it? Right?
Yeah.
Can I eat that? Can I eat it?
That's what cavemen. I mean, that's how we got to where we are in civilization. Just folks asking, "Can I eat that?"
Can I eat it? It's an important question.
It is.
It's a big question.
Yeah.
Some would go, "Oh, that's a silly question," right?
I don't say that. No,
not me, and especially not people that are practicing Lent.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Right.
From March to April, certain sects practice Lent.
Okay.
And on Fridays, they're not supposed to eat meat.
All right.
And that's tough, dude.
He sounds liberal and made up.
Well, no, these are real sects.
Okay.
And they don't eat meat. They practice Lent. And they had this question, can I eat it? This was about a goose.
Okay.
Now, if the rule is, if it's meat, you can't eat it.
Okay.
Why would you ask the question, is this goose meat?
Is it some sort of loophole they're trying to find? Because I believe that defeats the purpose of the fast, but we can debate that at a different time. But if it's a loophole they're trying to find.
Well, later in my in what I have written, we call it the first meat loophole.
Okay. Yes. And I see where you're going with this. Go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, it's let's go back to 12th century, right?
Okay.
12th century Christians, they need to know is this goose actually meat?
Mm.
And why I raise the question is because this goose just appears to us every winter like magic. We never see this goose lay an egg. We never see this goose with little chicks. We never see like a premature goose.
Okay.
So this goose has to come from somewhere.
Right.
So these 12th century Europeans start looking around and they go, you know what looks like that goose?
Mm.
That barnacle over there on that driftwood. There was a type of barnacle that kind of had a furry interior.
Okay. Same.
And 12th century Christians said, you know what? That's probably the goose. That's the baby goose. Those barnacles on the driftwood.
And they were being serious.
So,
They were genuinely.
100% serious. Yeah. They didn't know about migration. So these adult geese would show up and these 12th century people would be like, that's funny. There must be something around here special. So they went looking and they see all of these barnacles. This barnacle would later be called the goose barnacle.
No way.
Because of what happened in the 12th century. And so what happens is even Gerald of Wales, 12th century, he says that these goose were produced from the fir timber that was tossed along the sea. And then they were hung by their beaks, surrounded by shells, until mature enough to drop in the water or fly away.
And just clarifying, he's very serious.
He's very serious. These are all very serious people. This barnacle is furry, does have a furry interior. But what explorers like to do is sell books at this time.
Okay.
So they would write these fantastical things. So then the barnacle goose tree myth happened to become popular. So they believe that goslings were a fruit, and then they reached maturity when they fell in the water. If they fell on land, they would die. But if they fell in water, they would become geese.
Okay.
And that allowed them to eat these geese
on Lent.
During Lent. Yeah. It crossed denominations. There were Jewish scholars that also debated if these were creatures or if it was immaculate conception.
Yeah, they're hungry.
If they had come from nothing and now existed. And so the question was, is this immaculate conception and can I eat it?
Yeah, then those go hand in hand. Those go hand in.
They really do.
Typically do.
Dude, yeah, I mean, what's your two tattoos on your arm say? One says immaculate conception.
Can I eat it?
Bingo.
And let me ask you this, man. Okay, because this is a fair question. You've been fasting protein for a month, right? And dude, to each their own.
Yeah, all my whey, I threw it out, everything.
Right. So you don't think that by that kind of the by the end you're just like you're looking for an excuse to have some sort of protein. You don't think they conjured this up as a way to give them like a cheat code on their fasting?
I would have pitched this day 3. But no, this took hundreds of years to figure out. Finally, Pope Innocent III had to step up.
Love that.
Yeah, and he said, these are indeed birds. You cannot eat these. There were Jewish scholars that also debated if these creatures were born from shells or driftwood, because they had to decide if they were if they needed ritual slaughter or if they were kosher.
Okay,
because if they were shellfish, then you have ritual slaughter.
Right.
But the Pope stepped up and cleared it up for everybody. And then, of course, like ornithological studies happened. And then they're like, oh, birds migrate. Duh. Oof.
Imagine being the Pope and you're in the Pope apartment. And
and you get exorcism letter. And then you get, can we eat this?
Yeah, you got important stuff coming through as the Pope, right? And he's sifting through
Yeah, I do.
what I like to imagine all sorts of big questions. And then he
Yeah.
gets like
Stigmata.
yes, he gets
Is God real?
he gets a rudimentary drawing of a geese flock of geese. And just
Yeah.
the question, like they wrote it with a pencil squeezed between their fists, can I eat this? On it. And the
Yes,
Pope's like,
dude.
hey, throw this away. And then they go, no, you don't understand. There's entire cultures of people asking this question. Like we got like,
Oh, yeah. This was so big that the barnacle is called the goose barnacle, and the goose is called the barnacle goose. Still today.
I mean, dude, here's the thing, man. I'm not gonna I thought my chimney swift was a cool fact to bring. I'm glad we both brought feathered, facts, but I will say,
Birds of a feather, brother.
I know, dude, but I'm gonna have to go like full man, like opposition here and go, they were just looking for a loophole. They were looking for a protein to eat. It just feels like the Left Behind novel. It's just bad doctrine. It's entertaining, isn't it? But
no, it is, yeah.
But basing
Carpathia can get it.
That's right. But basing your whole experience, faith experience
you're like,
around it.
I know it's special, but I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. All right, so Florida has always been the place where you go to disappear. Can we agree to that? Like in ancient times,
some go to die, but
some go to pass in modern days, right? But in ancient times, if you wanted to,
some go to thrive,
like us. But if you wanted to escape, you're a bad person, you're a criminal. Florida was a swamp for a lot longer than it was civilized, right? So, so we've said this a lot of times on our show, but in the late 1800s. Locals around Lake Okeechobee began whispering about a stranger who rode into town, took over all of the gambling tables, and then threatened anyone who would challenge his authority to a duel. Okay, so the small town Lake Okeechobee.
Dude, I know. All right, I don't want to spoil it already.
I feel like in your heart of hearts, you know where this is going.
Yeah, it's going Tombstone, Wyatt Earp.
Come on, and we're too good at this. We've been doing it too long together. I think it's the problem. I can't even surprise you anymore.
No, dude, I've watched Tombstone every day of my life.
I know you do, but we're talking about like Wild West Florida. So keep in mind again for our listeners, maybe if you just joined us. So Florida was considered Wild West about 60 years after the rest of the country had modernized. So we were slow to the game.
It takes a while.
It takes a bit, man, and we
the sun's got to come over here.
We'll admit it, man. We're slow to it. So in the late 1800s, this is still very, very Wild West, okay, especially in these small towns. And so this mysterious man shows up in Lake Okeechobee. He immediately starts winning so frequently at the gambling tables that he earns enough equity to take them over. Okay, so the saloon.
Oh, okay, to purchase. He
takes
enough of their money to buy the building.
Well, just the tables. So the way they were kind of set up was like an entity, like a business inside of a business. So
nice,
and the house,
you go to a like a big yard sale and someone's rented a table.
Yes, identical to that. That's the example I had too. Yeah.
Cool.
But if you for example that phrase, the house always wins. It was geared that way to keep the table profitable for the business itself. But this mysterious gentleman, had won so frequently at the card tables that the house could not pay him what they owed him because he won too frequently.
Oh.
And so the result, kind of the custom at the time, was for them to go, well, this is your table now. Like, you run this table.
Okay. Wow.
So this gentleman comes into town, and within, a couple of weeks, he controls all of the gambling spots in town. Like, he's that good at cards.
Good at this.
And if anybody challenged him, he would go, meet me outside for a duel. Like that, and that's Wild West.
Sir.
That's Wild West.
Yeah, I get it. But like, if my choices are death or card game.
Let him have it.
Card game?
Yeah, let him have it. Let him have it. I'm not going to fight this guy, right? So the saloon couldn't pay out. He's taking over, but he's an outsider, right? So now all three of the gambling tables in Lake Okeechobee are controlled by the same man who's not a local. This guy just rode into town.
Woof. Don't like
not
that.
A local.
Don't like that.
And so we now know through the lens of history a little more than they did back in the day. But in 1895, Lake Okeechobee was a very small kind of western town in southern Florida. It took them a bit to realize that who they were dealing with was a man by the name of Doc Middleton. Doc Middleton. Okay. And
Okay. Was Doc the name or Doc the occupation?
so that was the name, but he was a doctor of killing. Can we say that? Because
Dr. Killing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Dr. Kevorkian reference. I believe.
Similar. So yes, which also Florida. But Doc Middleton was a famous gunslinger who just happened. His side job was I'm really good at cards. Like I'm really good at cards, but I'm even better at killing folks. Okay.
Talk about genetic lottery.
He won both, dude. This guy, cheat codes. So you got this small town, lots of dirt roads, lots of cattle ranchers, lots of bars and saloons, and so it wasn't unheard of for outlaws to kind of show up and cause trouble. But most of the time, it was in passing. Like they would come through like a tornado and then leave, and you're like, "Oh, that sucked."
Yeah. Well, you want to get in and get out,
right? But this guy sets up shop. This is my town now. Like I've won. This is my town. And so Doc Middleton's there now, and the local sheriff, he felt like he had no authority to get this man to move on. Okay, so, and I think...
Well, yeah, I mean, if this guy's a better gunslinger...
That's what I was going to say.
Law now.
Like people get it mixed up, and they think all these different things are power. No, power is power. And if you are a good gunslinger in this day and age, that power is power. There's no way to get this guy out, man. Like he'll kill you if you try. And so... Bingo. What the sheriff started including locals to do was send letters to surrounding towns. And he sent letters, the sheriff sent letters to Tallahassee to try and go, hey, you got to help us out. Can somebody tell us more information about this guy? Give us some kind of in that we can use against this man.
Oh, he just wants info, not help.
Yeah,
if it's
I think a little bit of both.
Letters. Yeah, they're for a reason.
I think they're hoping that someone will take pity on them and go, let's go help this town out. You know what I mean? But,
nice. Okay.
But here's the thing. All the responses from the letters that came back were literally just some variation of them going, yeah, it sounds like Doc Middleton, actually. And you're screwed. Oh. You know what I mean? Like,
so he's known.
He's known, dude. This guy had a reputation.
That's not good.
He had a reputation of being fast with his gun, even, just as good with his cards. And here's the thing. He was slippery enough to escape law enforcement time and time again. He had actually been arrested 4 times, once in Ohio, Virginia, Alabama, and Georgia. And every single time that he was arrested,
you could track him. He's on his way down.
They could see the southern path of his destruction. And every time he got arrested, he somehow managed to escape. So imagine being the sheriff in Lake Okeechobee.
Well, I saw this in a Jackie Chan movie. If you have a towel, you can pee on it, and like a wet towel is stronger than a dry towel. It won't rip. You could bend bars with it.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm guessing it was probably influenced by Doc Middleton.
Some sort of piss towel situation is why it's causing him to.
Yeah. If you got a piss towel, you got everything.
Oh, it's a cheat code. Osama had one, which is why that took so long to be taken care of.
Yeah, and then it dried out. What happened to him?
That's right. And then bang, bang, tossed over in the ocean. So, this local sheriff, he gets kind of an encouragement by knowing, so we're not the only ones. Like Doc Middleton has a blood trail coming all the way to Florida.
Oh, no, a blood trail. That's not good.
Right. So this is where, and again, this guy's a legendary gunman.
So people would participate in the gun thing, in the bang bang.
Oh, and he would win every time.
It wasn't just like, because like if it's me and a bully goes, you want to go outside? I go, this guy, he must be really good at fighting.
But show me.
People would challenge him and die?
Yes. Oh, frequently.
Well,
frequently. That's why he was arrested. Murder, essentially.
Okay, murder. All right. Well,
but here's the thing, though, because I mean, you know this, but just to our listeners, like when you would duel, that was a way of settling the situation. So that was legal. You could duel somebody legally, and then you could settle it.
I watched Hamilton.
Right, and so it's the Wild West. People live by Wild West laws, and so it's the reason why. Dude. Florida had pirates for as long as we did patrolling the coast because at a certain point in time, only the federal government. Power's power, dude. At a certain level, only the federal government could provide a solution to
we need a bigger bully.
We need a bigger bully to come in, and so unfortunately, the feds go, hey, we're not going to respond to a one-man threat. Like we're not going to send somebody down there. For this one dude. Okay.
Did you ever see the Saint with Val Kilmer?
Come on, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
You need a government to knock him down. Is what they say.
A handsome, yeah, you're right, exactly. His looks could kill. So in 1898, locals in Okeechobee. By the way, this is 3 years after it began. locals in Okeechobee,
wow.
they kind of felt like they found their angle because after investigating and asking around, it turns out that Doc Middleton wasn't just running gambling tables. He was also secretly running the largest illegal whiskey smuggling operation in our state's history through our swamps. So basically,
Smuggling it. Okay.
So this is before prohibition, but what you had was like
Yeah.
what was called dry counties, and so counties govern
Yeah.
themselves. And so if half the counties in Florida are going, we're dry, no alcohol here, then you create a black market
Yeah.
for guys like Doc Milton
True.
to go, I'm going to run whiskey through the swamps. And so when the sheriff
Baby.
figures this out, he goes, that'll get the feds involved. If they find out this guy's running, because there's money to be made at this point, right? And
That's true, that's
nothing
true.
moves the
Yeah,
needle
yeah.
of the feds' reaction like cash, right?
Money.
And so he's like, if I can
Yep.
get Tallahassee to find out this guy is raking in money on illegal, whiskey operating,
Wow.
maybe they'll come down and remove him for us. They're that desperate to try to find a
That's
solution.
good. That's a good plan. It's
Right.
a little late, but it's good.
Yeah, at this point they're grasping at straws, and so they're trying to get the government involved here. And again, the downside to this is when the feds responded and they go, "Hey, no, you're right. We want to take care of this." They said in their response letter, the best we can do is 18 months. We'll be down there in 18 months. If you can just put up with it for another year and a half, then we'll come down there and remove this guy for you. Otherwise, we got bigger fish to fry in 1898. That's what the feds are saying.
Okay. Sure, maybe you do, but also that sucks.
Yeah, and I want to also add too, because this guy has a killing trail leading up to this town. However, he never killed anybody in Lake Okeechobee. So while he's there running the gambling tables and threatening to duel people, he's not like out there murdering folks. Like the guy
So
that was
he probably Romans roaded it.
it could have been Romans roaded or maybe converted, and people thought, man, the scales fell from his eyes. But here's the situation.
Finally.
This is what I like to call the Florida fate, as Florida fate would have it.
Well, you don't poop where you eat.
Right.
I think is the rule for criminals. And
Most
so
of
maybe
the
it's
time.
a similar thing where he's
He
like,
figures-
I can't kill where I sleep.
I've set up shop here. I'm not gonna murder anybody. I'm gonna just take all their money.
Yeah. And those people are gamblers naturally, so they're spending money at his table.
By
Boom,
nature,
baby.
right? And sin begot sin. And so,
Wow.
so one night at this saloon in Okeechobee, Doc Middleton's in prime
Well,
form.
salon.
So yes, the salon in Okeechobee. He's in prime form. He's drunk. He's threatening everybody. He's accosted people. He's accosted the piano player who was the bartender's sister. Like he is doing
Oh, that's sad.
really awful. Like he's just it's another night. It's another night of I wish we could stop this guy. Like I wish
Yeah, this
something
guy,
something would happen.
Stop accosting people.
All right. So unfortunately, we don't know the
Yeah.
exact exchange that took place this night. Okay. I'm not going to embellish
Okay.
and just add stuff for conversation's
Okay.
sake. However,
Yep.
on that evening, that fateful evening, an individual was passing through town. He didn't know any
Okay.
backstory. He had no idea who this guy was or what he was doing.
This is just a do-gooder.
A do-gooder saw Doc
Traipsing through
Middleton.
town.
Yeah, he saw Doc Middleton abusing everyone.
Mhm.
And
And this guy's known, but this guy doesn't know him.
he's a gunslinger, but there's no evidence that this do-gooder knew who Doc Middleton was.
Okay.
And so he walks in, he overhears the chaos, he overhears the abuse, and he goes, "I'll take you up on that offer to duel you outside.
Oh,
I-
okay. Wow.
I'll take you
Jeez.
up on that offer."
That's the last person you want to duel with, is the person that accepts the duel.
That walks
quick.
in from the outside and just goes, "Okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
I'll take it.
I'll
yeah.
take it." So 10 minutes later, at 30
Yeah.
paces apart, Doc Middleton had 2 bullet holes, one through his neck, one in his forehead. Okay. So an
Wow, okay.
unsuccessful duel
Okay.
for Doc Middleton.
Yes, it was.
Now, the stranger who was passing
Thank
through.
goodness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Doc Middleton's brother.
Well,
Doc Middleton's twin brother.
that would have been way more exciting if it was his
Okay.
do-gooder twin. Actually, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. Our answer is more exciting because the stranger who was passing through town is somebody that I know you're familiar with, and if you're listening to our show for a while,
God, I hope.
you're familiar with it as well.
I don't even have a sound effect that does it justice. If I hope I know who it is.
It's the cowboy who was always at the right place at the right time. Mr. Bone Mazel.
Bone, baby.
Mr. Bone Mazel just happened. He happened to be
Dude,
strolling through Lake Okeechobee.
Okay. This guy.
He
I
overhears
don't-
the
okay.
chaos inside.
This is amazing.
Challenges Doc Middleton, this legendary gunslinger.
Sight
This-
unseen.
I'm your Huckleberry. I'll take the duel outside. You've messed with the wrong
Dude.
cat. And the best part, in true Bone Mazel fashion, the best part about it was after he puts 2 in the dome, peels his scalp back.
Wow, yeah.
After he puts 2 in the
chest,
dome,
1 in the head.
they asked Bone Mazel, "Do you know who that was?" He goes, "I have no idea." But he was causing
Yeah,
trouble.
I don't care, dude.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
causing trouble, and now we're good.
Dude.
And Bone Mazel, had some drinks,
Thank you, Roxy.
played some cards, and off he went into the
course.
sunset, dude. Come on, how crazy is
Ah,
that,
this
man?
guy. This guy, I feel bad for first-time listeners. This is the original Florida Cowboy.
Florida Cracker, that
When the
that term.
Yeah, Florida
Yeah,
Cracker.
that
When
term,
the
yeah.
most famous painter of the time came to paint cowboys, he painted Bone Mazel.
If you look up Florida Cowboy, that's Bone Mazel. Yeah, put that
That's
man on a
Bone
coin.
Mazel.
And dude, and this is
Yeah,
this is the
baby.
4th or 5th time we've covered Bone Mazel in our 7-year history. But
Dude, yeah. What did he
Dude.
rescue? A church full of people.
he rescued a church on Christmas. Dude, I mean, dude, he can whip a
Dude.
supposedly whip a fly.
Fly off a cow's butt without the
Mhm.
cow knowing.
Yeah. And then he died because he
That's
took
good.
his boots off, apparently. That was a legend of Bone
Yeah,
Mazel.
yeah.
He took his boots off and died on a bench waiting for a train, which was a new technology.
Well, it was the gout. I think the gout ended up taking
Bad
him.
ankles. Yeah, it's going around these days. Yeah. Dude,
Yeah, I got him.
here's the thing. We could
That's amazing. When did you stumble across another bone story?
we've had a couple dozen bone legends sitting in our inbox for a while.
Oh,
The reason why I'm hesitant to cover Bone Mazel is because we could start a sideshow just about Bone Mazel and have enough material to go for 2 years. I mean, the guy,
Really?
yeah, the guy he got around, man. Like in that time, that 20-year
Like a Paul
time
Bunyan
frame.
style or like a real life style?
But that's what I think. It's more at this point. It's Paul Bunyan. At this point, it's Florida
I love it,
legends and
though,
lore.
dude.
It's anything good that happened that you couldn't pinpoint. It was like the locals were
Bone
like,
did it.
Bone did it, dude. Bone Mazel did that
Yeah.
stuff. Which I think is
Bone did it.
cool. Everybody needs a hero, man. We need a hero today, don't
Dude.
we? I mean,
Name of the episode. Bone did it.
Bone did it, bro. We need a hero. Episode 342. We took last week off, came back swinging for the fences, man. How you
Came
feeling,
back
bro?
strong, baby.
Came back strong.
I feel great. Yeah, I got a little Roxy ear flap. I was worried that she wasn't going to show up,
Make an appearance.
give us that ear flap, but she did. Yeah.
I will say,
Thanks,
as the primary editor, post production for our audio, I'll say this: it's always in that last 5-minute window. That's how you can tell we're winding down.
Is it?
When you hear,
Yeah. I try to give you creaky chair all throughout, and then I give you Roxy ear flap.
the chair doesn't even register, doesn't even pick up.
Wow.
Well, I think the Roxy ear flap. That's Josh's pit bull, by the way, rescue. The Roxy ear
Rescue.
flap is what triggers.
Thank you for saying that. She is, though.
She is a rescue. Is what triggers the last 5 minutes of the show. That's how the
She's
countdown
got that
begins.
one disease. Yeah.
What's that called? No, don't say it.
I can't-
Don't say it. Episode 342.
It's not Prater Willie. Dude, but she can put some food away. Dude, she really can.
We love
the other
you.
one.
We love you. Thanks for listening to our
love ya.
show.
Yeah,
And-
Wayne, sing us out.
All right. Tell me that you like it.
Way down upon this one.